All right, so this is what I get to deal with today. I had a hose blow on my backhoe. You can see the male fitting right there. That is an O-ring face seal 5/8 inch fitting, and that comes out of the valve box back here in the back of the backhoe. Then it would run with all of these hoses here in the backhoe up through here and come down by the bottom of this knuckle here and connect to this line. Well, sadly it busted, and it busted pretty good. Now I've got some mess to clean up. I had to go buy a new hose, or I technically had to go get one custom made. And if you've ever had custom made hoses, they are not cheap. So if you have the time, a week or two, that you can wait for a hose, you can order online for probably half the price. But I don't have the time to deal with that, so I went and had one custom made at a local hydraulic shop, and I paid for it. Literally. So let's get it on there. So this is the hose that busted. As you can see right here, this is where it gave out. Sadly, because this area is what wraps around the bottom of the boom on the backhoe, so it gets beat up a lot from the elements. I really think they should have put some kind of guard there to protect these hoses, but it's not there and they get a beating. But the rest of the hose was in good shape. It's not an old decrepit hose. And here's the new hose. So this fitting here is a 5/8 O-ring face seal fitting that was crimped on the end of this 1/2 inch hose. This is 1/2 inch hose. And then this is the same fitting but female. And this is what's going on the tractor. So fixing to go put this on now. All right, so the new hose is on, and I have used the backhoe to make sure it all works good. It's holding great, no leakage, but here's the one it is. So it's this hose here that was replaced. Of course, it looks nice and new. But as you can see here, it wraps around the bottom of the knuckle. So when you're driving the backhoe around and you're not using it for a backhoe, these 4 hoses are always exposed. So this one, which was already replaced once before, and what I found was much longer than it needed to be, it was sticking out quite a ways. You know, it was sticking below this knuckle, and it was just getting beat up. And that's one of the reasons it ended up just bursting, because it was just getting torn up, and eventually the braided layer was getting tore up, and I think that's why it busted. But it just gave out when I was really working the backhoe pretty hard. Eventually, of course, these are all going to need to be replaced, but luckily there's really no damage. I haven't ran it over or anything. So I'm hoping this works out. If I ever have to replace it though, I need to pull about 6 to 8 inches off that hose. So this is this side of the hose. Let me show you where else it connected. And if I can get in there, there's where the new hose connected. Sorry about the glare from the sun, but it went in, and you can see I had to kind of push it out to the side. And let me show you the other side. It's this hose right here that's routed. It's too long. Like I said, I need to trim some of that off if I replace it again. But since I'm not going to replace it right now, I'm going to go ahead, get this pushed where it needs to be, and I'm going to zip tie it to some other hose to keep it secure. Luckily, this more expensive hose that I purchased here at least is pretty flexible. Anyways, I did get the backhoe up and running, and I was able to finish trenching out what I needed to for the water. So now I'm working on the water lines. All right, thank you for watching. Y'all take care.